Justin Moon for Highland Woodworking. I'm glad to have you in the shop today to talk about some of the options available for sharpening your woodworking tools. Why sharpen in the first place? Fine woodworking begins with sharp tools. A properly sharpened tool is safer to use, provides a high degree of accuracy, and leaves behind a pristine surface. In order to evaluate what you need in a sharpening stone of any type, you should first understand grit. So abrasives are either removing or polishing metal, and the aggressiveness with which they do so is measured in grit. So a low grit, like 240, is going to remove metal very quickly and leave a coarse finish to the steel. When you move to, say, an 800 to 1000 grit stone, it's not going to remove metal as aggressively, but it will leave a higher polish and remove the scratches from the coarser stone. You can move even higher to a high grit stone like a 6000, 8000, even a 10,000 grit stone, which is going to remove metal barely at all, but provide a mirror polish to the steel. Now, what is sharp?
Sharp can be defined as the intersection of two flat planes. In the case of a chisel, this would be the flat backside of the chisel intersecting with the plane that is the ground bevel on the front edge of the tool. The more perfectly flat and polished each plane is at the point of intersection, the sharper the edge will become. This is why technique matters more than the abrading medium. Honing with poor technique, even on high quality stones, will not result in the super sharp edge you're seeking.
Abrasives come in different types of materials and grits. There are waterstones, ceramic stones, diamond plates, honing compounds. It can be confusing to start. So what are some of the materials available? We'll start with waterstones. Waterstones are extremely popular due to their efficiency in honing an edge. Waterstones are a man-made abrasive compound designed to wear down as they're used, so that fresh abrasive particles are always on the surface of the stone.
They are called waterstones because normally they are soaked in water before use.
These stones are extremely efficient in honing an edge. The higher grit stones leave a pristine polish on the steel. Now, because the stones are designed to wear down, they do need to be kept flat, and this can be done with a flattening stone or even a diamond lapping plate. I find waterstones to be extremely efficient for the honing and final polishing stages of sharpening. This Ice Bear superfine 10,000 grit waterstone comes with a wooden base and an artificial Nagura stone, which is used to prepare a slurry on top of the stone to provide fresh particles to sharpen your tools. Norton provides a set of waterstones. You can purchase a combination 1000 and 8000 grit stone in addition to a 4000 grit stone. So what about diamond stones? Here I have a Dmt Diamond Sharpener. The way that diamond stones work is they present little clusters of diamonds to the surface of the stone, and that's what you abrade your tool on. Now, one thing I really like about diamond stones, especially from DMT, is that they come dead flat and they stay that way. You don't have to maintain these other than just cleaning them off after you use them. You can lubricate these with water or even use them dry. Just don't use oil on them. I also like that they're resilient, they're tough. You don't have to handle these quite as gently as you do, say, a water stone or a ceramic stone. Some drawbacks are that they can be a little on the expensive side, and the higher grit diamond stones don't provide that super high polish that a high grit water stone does, but you could always bring in a water stone for your final finishing. Another type of stone is the ceramic stone. Ceramic stones leave a very high polish, a very sharp edge. A key advantage that they have over a water stone is that they don't need to be submerged prior to use. They can just be sprayed with a spray bottle and they're ready to go. They are pretty hard and they stay relatively flat. They're only available in the higher grits as they are a finishing stone, and the coarser grits which are available can glaze over and lose some of their aggressiveness over time. They're also somewhat brittle and easy to break, so you would need to handle a ceramic stone with care. Yet another method of sharpening is called the scary sharp method, which involves using varying grits of sandpaper and some sort of registration surface like this flat granite block, or even a piece of tile or glass. And what you can do is choose your different grits of sandpaper, attach them to a lapping plate or a registration surface, and move up through whatever grits of sandpaper that you like. Some advantages are that there are a huge degree of sandpaper grits available, and you can achieve whatever level of polish that you like. It's cheap to get started. It's easy to get started, but in terms of long-term sharpening, you want to keep in mind that while one sheet of sandpaper is cheap, it doesn't last very long and you always have to replace it. And over time, the Scary Sharp method is the most expensive method. Any of the methods or products that we've discussed today will produce a razor sharp edge on your woodworking tools. It's not so much important what you use as it is that you do it. Sharpening is a skill that is earned with practice and time. So I think it's important to just go out, grab some products, and give it a shot. Now, in terms of just getting started, if you're brand new, I would recommend this King Combination 1000 and 6000 grit stone sold by Highland Woodworking. It gives you two stones in one, a 1000 grit for that efficient removal of metal, and the 6000 grit for that polishing to a mirror edge. If you combine that with a strop, then you've got everything you need to maintain an edge. For everyday sharpening, I like the Diamond Stones, specifically the Dmt Diamond Stones. I like that they come dead flat. I like that I don't have to maintain them. I like their resiliency. And for everyday work, I sharpen on Diamond Stones, and I almost always finish on a Waterstone of 10,000 grit. Thanks for watching, and happy sharpening.